Watercooler.
Bum, bum, ba-dum.
Watercooler.
Hey, Josh.
Watercooler.
Bum, bum, ba-dum. Yo, welcome to Watercooler. You know how the show goes. I, Chris Loxamana, kick it with my Krill Digital Bud and Gary and Kaylin and Matt. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today, all the way to North Hollywood, California. It's Mike Dawson.
Welcome to the Watercooler. You have chosen the correct podcast for right now.
Yes, congratulations. Have no fear, and you can be assured that you are listening to the right thing. All the way in Long Beach, California, it's Kaylin Bean.
What's going on?
Hey, Kaylin.
Hey, Chris.
And then all the way in Orange County, California, it's Gary Smith.
Back from Nashville, and I didn't even shit my pants.
I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. And all the way in Austin, Texas, it's Matt Fondelier.
Hey, brother.
Hey, Matt. Yeah, Gary's back from Nashville.
I want to hear about it. We didn't talk about it on our private text chain.
Yeah, it was great. I got there and I woke up the next morning and I was sick, of course, because that's what happens when I travel these days. But luckily, you know, my parents came to help out with the kiddo, so they and my wife took him to a science center in Nashville for the day, and I sat quietly in my hotel room so that I could go to the wedding that evening. And we did go to the wedding. It was great. It was a cool venue about 30 minutes outside of town. And I had a really weird turn of events. In the days leading up to this wedding, I had to tell a few people who I work with that I was going to be out of town and sort of unreachable for a few work days. And I told someone who I work with on Wriggles Picks that I was not going to be there, and because I was going to a wedding in Nashville, and that was kind of all I said. And 3 days later, she texted me and said, "Is the wedding you're going to for?" And then said the name of the groom.
Crazy.
And I said yes. And she said,
"Stalker."
And she said, "I'm sitting at dinner right now with a music manager who is also going to Nashville for that wedding." And I went, "Oh, wow. Okay. I guess tell her to say hi if she sees me. I kind of stand out. So if she runs into me, like, tell her to say hi." So right after the ceremony, I went down and I got in line to get a drink at the bar, as one does at a wedding. And the girl in front of me in line turned around and said, "Are you Gary Smith?" And I said, "Yes." And we exchanged some,
For those who are wondering, Gary
Pleasantries.
always wears a cerulean tuxedo.
Yes,
Correct.
and a beret.
To weddings and a beret. So yeah, he's
Bottomless.
very easy to spot.
but bottomless.
And he holds one of
Only
those
do from the
parasols.
waist up.
And bottomless. So
So this girl, introduces herself and we make a little small talk and, oh my gosh, crazy small world. What are the chances? Whatever. And she then goes, "Hey, the girl who connected us, Claire, she said, Claire sent me a photo of you so that I'd be able to find you at the wedding." And I said, "Oh yeah?" And she said, "Yeah, you want to see it?" And I was like, "Okay." So she pulls out her phone. And recently I missed an episode of Wriggles Picks, and a joke was made in the group chat of, "Well, if Gary's not going to be there, can we get a cardboard cutout of Gary made?" And they did. And they made 2-foot cardboard cutouts of my head that they now will hold up on air to make fun of me and pretend that I'm speaking. This girl sent her a picture of this 2-foot cardboard cutout. So that was.
Can we get a couple of those made for us too? I just feel like that might come in handy.
I mean, maybe we can. I'm sure we can.
that's hilarious.
So yeah, so it was other than that, we spent a little bit of time, checking out Nashville and just had a good time. It was nice to be with family and all that. So,
Yeah.
happy
Your
to be back.
mom told me you had a great time too. So I'm glad that you guys all enjoyed yourselves. I mean, Nashville's a fun place. So good times with the family. Glad the wedding was good too.
Thanks.
The
Sorry
wedding
to
was
miss
fun.
last week. I listened, by the way. They were great episodes. Probably the best ones we've ever done.
Not
Definitely,
Yeah.
it's top
Yeah,
10.
up there.
Not even probably. Now, I don't like people going to Nashville and thinking I didn't shit my pants. Like the whole city's associated with shitting your pants. You
It
think
is
I'm
on-
the only guy
It
to
is
shit my
now.
pants in Nashville? You think I'm the only guy? And by the way, I shit my pants in other places too.
I know,
Like
for
where?
sure you're not. I know for sure you're not the only guy who shit his pants in Nashville because I've listened to country music before.
But when was the last time I know Kaylin's done it recently, or at least I remember his move that wasn't that recently. But in the last 5 years, have you guys not shit your pants?
Oh, I have.
Dawson,
Yeah.
Dawson has.
Come on, dude. I'm getting old, man. You never.
It
Sometimes
happens.
you gamble. Sometimes when you gamble, you lose.
But I need some camaraderie.
It brings me to this. One of the and I believe it's strangely I've had this discussion with someone before, but butt cheeks are a great invention because thank God for butt cheeks. Sometimes you will shit your pants, but you will not make a mess because your butt cheeks keep everything in there.
That's right.
So
It's evolution.
the last time I shit my pants, it didn't get to my pants thanks to my butt cheeks.
That's
So
right.
there you go.
Yeah. There's you have like two.
Thank God, the unsung heroes.
on your
butt
glutes.
cheeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good, man. And then Gary or Matt, you guys have not shit your pants in the last 5 years.
I don't think I've shit my pants since I've lived in Texas, which I'm pretty proud of. I feel like that's an
2 years?
accomplishment.
The opposite.
That's like 2 years.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I'm having a hard time thinking about those last 3 years. It may have happened, but there's not a standout moment for me that I can point to. So I hate to shit on this the premise, but I don't know.
Not to shit on the premise. It's okay. Yeah. Okay. Matt can only remember 2 years ago, but he won't. But
In terms of intense shit,
there's a possibility.
I think at a certain point I siphon off the memories, minus a couple like traumatizing ones. You know,
Gary, you?
I don't think so. I definitely
confusing.
no, definitely not in public, but I'm not going to like give it an absolute no, because sometimes if you're sick, then that's a different game. So but no, definitely not in public. Definitely not in a situation where I had to hail an Uber.
Yeah, I was definitely
I had a long walk.
home.
I had a long walk
I was
in the
definitely at
heat.
home when I did.
Yeah,
I wasn't
I
out
understand.
in public.
I'm just
Thank
saying,
God.
I will allow for the fact that there may have been an accident in the home of some sort when I was sick at some point, but definitely not in the wild, like away from my hotel or my nearest bathroom. That's definitely not happened in 5 years.
All right, Kaylin.
So, yeah, I was being a little quiet because Amy was in the room, so I was really hoping she'd leave in time for this.
but call her back in.
But yes, I did shit my pants. Technically in front of one of my pawn clients.
Wow.
Hold on.
And,
what part of it is technically?
Well, I guess it wasn't a full shit, but yeah, I definitely did shit my pants in front of a pawn client. I don't think he knew.
Yeah.
But the fish did.
And you don't
The fish
him.
did not. No, the fish did not. But I think that his wife, who was kind of nosy, was like in the house looking at me, like pacing back and forth and acting like a lunatic because I was trying to hold it back so bad. It was the most uncomfortable I've ever been in my life, for sure. And yeah, it was rough.
How did you get through it? Did you do the move?
No, well, I did. I definitely did.
Or did you just sit in the pond?
No, you had to go waist deep in the pond. You got a deep end, right?
Well,
no, you shake it. That's how you help clean the ponds.
And well, the thing that I think probably helped a little bit is that when I was doing my pawn work, I remember exactly what day it was. It was the Friday before the Super Bowl, not this last one, the one before it, Philly versus KC. And I was in Pasadena.
Really make sure your client knows exactly who you're talking about right now.
Well, the funny thing is,
tell us your address.
It was a first-time client, and I had gone over there for the consult and everything, and it was a first-time client.
Way to make a first impression.
Well, he called me the next day and was like, "Yeah, we're not going to need your services anymore." I was like, "Yeah, no worries."
I know, I get it.
Yeah, no worries. But so it was up in Pasadena at like 9 a.m. It was cold, and I had my like wetsuit pants on, which are very, very tight. But I was also wearing underwear. So yes, after I got the fuck out of there and went to a gas station bathroom, I had to throw those bitches away for sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, not alone. I'm not alone.
Well, Chris, I would say you successfully diverted the attention from yourself. Good job.
Trips to Nashville just increased 10% since the beginning of the show. So I'd like to take credit for the Nashville tourism increase. Yeah, it's a guy thing. It's just a guy thing. Or girls will just never, ever admit it, to the point where, like, my spouse would never admit it. But, yeah, it's a total guy thing to just do it every few years. It's like just a little reminder. And I'm fascinated by it. I don't know why now, but I just, we all do it. There's no shame. There's no shame. I mean, there's a little shame.
There's no shame in the chart.
Yeah, but yeah. So I'm glad you found in Nashville, Gary. But look, we're all one. We're all or two, I guess.
I I don't really subscribe to this. I don't know
We're
what you're
all
talking about.
too.
Chris is trying to like make this a normal
We all
thing.
do it.
No, we don't.
I'm trying to
Normalize
normalize it.
#normalize shit in your pants. I'm with Chris
Normalize
on
it.
this.
I'm
Let's get
sick
it
of the
going.
stigma. The stigma. Like, I'm sick of it. Okay, like we have to normalize this. That's the only way I can defend what happened now. Is just I have to have everybody shit their pants and admit it, and be
And shit
proud
it.
of it.
Yeah, it's no shame. It happens.
Right? Yeah, we're gonna do a march. I'm really gonna get the word out.
Look, we really gotta band together and help our friends when they shit their pants. Like, I got your back, dude.
Yeah, leave
No,
me
that's the
alone.
one time I
Literally.
don't have your back.
Not literally.
That's
Not
right.
literally.
We don't
but
have
you
your
just
back.
gotta,
Yeah.
You don't even have your back.
you gotta support. Gotta support.
So before the show started, I was talking to Kalen. Kalen has some flicking the bean today, and when I asked if he was gonna flick that show Shogun, because for some reason Hulu really wants me to watch Shogun, or the world does, the internet does.
I don't think that's just special to you. I don't think there's a nefarious.
They've called me. Hulu has called me. Mr. Hulu has dialed me up, and
I don't care what your Hulu algorithm is, you're getting a bunch of Shogun on top of that bitch. Like, yeah, it doesn't even matter at that point.
Right. But I told Kaylon, look, there are probably a lot of swords in Shogun, and I don't like seeing people get sliced up. It's very close to hand trauma.
So far, it's actually pretty tame, like compared to what I thought it was gonna be.
It might be tame so far, but Chris, you're worried about people getting sliced up. There are things getting sliced off already, more than once.
Yeah, see, I don't like that.
I just thought we'd get a little more by now, but that's not to say that the show isn't still awesome after the first 2 episodes.
Right.
We're gonna get a lot more coming up here because those first 2 episodes are a slow build to some people being real pissed off.
Yeah.
And then so Gary said that show Shogun. By the way, Caitlin's not flicking that. Shogun is based off of one of his dad's favorite books.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I said, "Oh, Catcher in the Rye," which I found hard to believe. And then we were talking about Catcher in the Rye, which I think we all had to read that in school, right? For some reason, it's like a book about rebellion. I think it was banned for a while too, but we were all assigned it. I was assigned it in high school. I've read it like 3 times. Kaylin,
Humble brag.
Yeah, I was assigned it in either like 7th or 9th grade. I remember the classroom, but I had them in both years. And I was assigned it. And, me and reading has always been kind of tough. My attention just not able to hold. So going through school, I would normally do like a mix. Every once in a while, I do catch a book that totally gets my attention and I read it and I love it. But I would normally do a mix.
Remember when I loaned you a book 15 years ago?
I'm still going to finish that fucking
Still
book.
reading.
I still have it. I'm still reading it. That's how hard it is for me to get
Yeah,
through.
he's really absorbing it.
And I would normally do a mix between reading the book and then going online and looking at the Sparks notes.
Sparks Notes.
What I didn't know what we had Cliff's Notes.
It's Cliff's
Same
Notes,
thing.
but it's
His
like
daughter.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
is
Cliff's
it?
daughter.
That would make sense.
And it might have even been Cliff's Notes. Whatever. But I remember specifically Catcher in the Rye. I did not read any of that book. I did the whole thing, Sparks Notes, and then had to like do my reports and my in-class discussions just based on the Sparks Notes, and it made it a lot more difficult.
I would say that you didn't learn anything about Catcher in the Rye.
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you a thing about it.
But you did learn the art of bullshitting, which is a very valuable skill. And having to just bullshit your way through something.
Yeah, especially my pawn work. I'm not shitting my pants
Or
right
actual
now. No,
shit,
I'm good.
yeah.
I'm fine.
Right.
I can hang out.
Keep a straight face.
Yeah.
Commit.
Yeah.
And see if you can pass. And I think
If you read more, Kaylin, you'd have a whole book full of things to wipe your ass with after you shit your pants.
See?
But then I wouldn't be able to bullshit so well. So it's a balance. Life is a balance, man.
Yeah, you need words. And then Dawson was even assigned this book, right?
Yeah, I think I read a little bit of it, but I never finished it. I never got the gist of it. Like, I read maybe the first 2 chapters, but somehow, cheated my way through the paper, faked my way through class discussion, which isn't that difficult. But yeah, no, that's going next on my list of the books I was supposed to read in high school on my Audible list. I've been through
Call of the Wild.
No. I read Call of the Wild, actually. I really liked Call of the
Yeah.
Wild. But I did just recently Fahrenheit 451,
Okay.
which was kind of lame.
Mice and Men.
I saw the movie of Fahrenheit 451, the new one that they did. It fucking sucks. Do
It's
not
terrible.
watch it.
Yeah, I
I
heard
agree.
that.
Not good.
What was the other one?
days
The Orwell,
later.
1984. I got 1984 on audiobook. Loved that. The movie was all right, nowhere near as good as the book, but Alan Parsons did the score for the movie 1984. Um, and yeah, next I'm getting The Catcher in the Rye. And we mentioned I never finished. I've read about 3/4 of Brave New World, Aldous Huxley, and I love it. But I never picked it back up again to finish it. But I started that like 15 years ago.
Mm.
So I'm gonna get Brave New World too. But it's neat going, and then you get to
See the
read these
movie.
as an adult or get these stories as an adult, and they're much more impactful. Like I'm excited about The Catcher in the Rye now. I want to see what that's all about.
Okay, I would like you to.
It's not about baseball. Just letting you know.
All right.
I would like for you to come back with a book report and bullshit your.
Can do.
Now,
Can do.
now I was wondering, why has there not been a Catcher in the Rye movie? Right? It feels like that's just a property that everybody knows, we've all read, and it's just like, I
It's a
mean,
dark history.
Indian in the Cupboard became a movie.
Yeah.
Why is Catcher in the
Oh,
Rye?
I love that movie.
You
Catcher
love
in the
it?
Rye
I watched
is
that movie
like
a bunch as a kid. Yeah, I love Indian in a Cupboard.
It seems like
Catcher in the Rye is pretty delicate, right, Matt? It deals with Jewish hate or something.
no, not that
May
I
I
remember.
propose that when Dawson does his book report
But-
on Catcher in the Rye, we do it as a part of his segment, Shit I Didn't Do as a Kid.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
If I'm not mistaken, the book itself was found in the pocket of several assassin attempters or successful assassin attempts.
The guy
over
who
the
killed
years.
Lennon, John Lennon.
Right. And then I feel
Yeah,
like
Mark
there's
David
another
Chapman.
one later. Like it's just sort of but the story itself, I remember I only read it twice. So, I know Chris read it 3 times.
Barely, yeah.
Two
Okay.
more times than I did.
He's got me beat there. But I seem to remember that it was more about like a kind of an immature guy and trying to kind of figure life out.
Yeah,
I don't remember it being
Oh.
especially like fucked up, really. But
Okay.
I don't either.
remembering.
Okay,
You're right. It was, aside from Lennon, it was also found to be in the possession of John Hinckley Jr., who attempted to assassinate Ronald Reagan.
Oh yeah,
There you go.
because Jodie Foster. He wanted.
But
to
is that why it
impress
hasn't
Jodie
been made a
Foster.
movie?
No, that's not. It hasn't been made a
Okay.
movie because the estate of the author has turned down every attempt to buy it, and it has been attempted to be bought 10 or 12 times over the years by big names from Goldman of MGM to the Weinstein Company, Steven Spielberg, a bunch of big hitters have gone after it,
Yeah.
and they're just extremely protective of his legacy, and they don't want to sell it.
Yeah, they're like, we saw
What,
Fahrenheit.
do you guys know? Do you guys know the punk band whose name was inspired by John Hinckley trying to assassinate President Reagan?
The punk band?
The punk band, yeah.
Oh, Green
The
Day.
Assassins.
No. JFA. Jodie Foster's Army.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I thought that was named after because they were really big fans of that movie Contact.
Yeah.
Right. No. They I think they saw the Bad News Bears.
Ah, that could have
Yeah.
been. Who knows?
While we're talking about books, I actually just started reading a new book today. It's a book called
Ooh.
The Wager, and it's written by this guy named David Grann, who more recently is famous for writing Killers of the Flower Moon, but he wrote another book called The Lost City of Z, which is about, they're all like historical nonfiction, but they are kind of written like action movies. They're really fun story. Not so much Killers of the Flower Moon, but The Lost City of Z was definitely like that. This new one, The Wager, is about a like a sailing crew in the 1700s that have like a mutiny, and it's kind of like Lord of the Flies. That's at least the premise. There's a section early on that I read today where they're kind of talking about the various vocabulary that was established on boats like this that we still use today or use a version of it today. And I learned that the word scuttlebutt is a water cask around which the seamen gossiped while waiting for their rations. So I propose to you, fine gentlemen, that we change the name of this show from the Watercooler to the Scuttlebutt.
All right, let's do it. Okay, done.
Dude, I just looked up the Wager. It says in the 1740s, British naval ship the Wager is wrecked on a desolate island off the tip of South America.
Spoiler alert, he just started the fucking book.
It is
struggle to maintain order while battling not only the most extreme elements, but their own human natures, which is basically what Matt said. But they're planning on making a movie out of this, Matt.
I have absolutely no doubt. Given
they did
make movies of all of his other books.
They made movies of Lost. What's it called? Lost City of Z.
The Lost City of Z, yeah, which is a great movie. But
it does star Charlie Hunnam though, which I have reservations about. Yeah.
I mean, the book itself was amazing because it's about people's obsession for the quest for the lost cities that are in the Amazon jungle. But then there's a parallel story of him, the author, trying to figure out and retrace the steps of some of these people. And so there's kind of two parallel things going on. He gets really lost. It's an incredible book. And that wasn't necessarily in the movie, but
well, they're getting Leonardo DiCaprio to play the lead, and Scorsese, it looks like he's directing.
Interesting. Well,
but there's no date. There's no release date. It's only planned.
Cool. Well, let me just tell you, the Scuttlebutt will be here to cover it when it comes out.
I love it. Oh, and KC Peters, please get us a new intro because this one's dated now. I don't like it. And Joe Giuchero will need a new logo. But other than that, let's do it. Like, let's just change it to Scuttlebutt. I actually really like Scuttlebutt.
I thought you'd like that. That's why I want to bring it to you.
I very much am happy with this. All right, now we got comments. We got this is how you remind me.
We got to get to that.
Okay, let's just do that now then. F it. All right, here we go. This is once again, our whole archive is now available to listen to on basically any podcast app. We use Spreaker. Is that an app too, where they can just listen to podcast? So, you can go back to listen to even the early resume days. As well. So go back, listen to the archives. We encourage you. And I mean, we listened to some of these clips that from years and years ago, and they sound like different people. We were different people. So it's kind of fun to comment on what we're hearing our younger selves say. So this clip, Matt, do you have a setup for it? Who is it sent?
Yeah. So this was submitted on our Facebook group. Chris, you want to give out the URL?
Yeah, that's facebook.com/group/Boy Army Worldwide LLC.
Good. It was submitted by Kevin Garrett, and it's a classic water cooler moment, number 135. It features all five of us, and you'll hear the voice of Dylan Wren, who's rarely appeared on the show. This happens to be one of the episodes. But it's a classic water cooler moment. Let's hear it.
Okay, here we go.
Are we not playing the intro?
Yeah, we should probably.
What's going on there?
You're already into I thought I didn't play the intro, but I thought we can get by without it.
No, I am not. No, we are most definitely playing the intro. It's my favorite.
It's such a good setup. It's like, let's listen to the clip, and now we're doing this.
Yeah, we're doing the intro.
Just roll back to back. It'll be fine.
All right, I'll do back to back. So you'll hear the intro, and then you shall hear the clip right after.
There you go,
Galen.
Thank you.
This is how you remind me. This is how you remind me of the podcast we had.
I waited for AC repairmen because apparently I need a new air conditioner on my home.
Oh, that's right. I kind of saw the beginning of this whole ordeal.
Yeah. What was the window?
11 to 1?
Oh, that's not bad.
It wasn't bad at all.
The window's not that bad, but the story sucks.
It wasn't bad at all, except the guy showed up at 10:59, and I got in the shower at 10:57 trying to crack one out real quick, so I had to run down.
You mean you're going to rub one out?
Yeah. A shower.
Okay.
I don't know.
Definitely the wrong
there.
Yeah.
What else could
Grab the soap and start stroking. Gotta get one in here quick,
man. Did you
man.
know that your husband's cracking one out?
Gotta go quick. I got the air conditioning guy coming. Can I squeeze one out of here? Yeah. Turn on the water.
Sounds like you just sealed yourself in the Hunger Dome, Gary. Cracked one out. Okay, so anyways, after you...
So the guy was very confused when I opened the door in just a towel soaking wet because I was terrified that he was going to leave.
You were hitting on him, dude. You wanted to crack one out with him.
So you came to the door and
checked me out on the towel.
and
Hey,
you
buddy.
said,
Hey, buddy, it's hot in here. You want to go crack one out before we get this air conditioning rocking?
Yeah, that's right.
Still hilarious.
That was classic.
That was good.
No comment, Gary? Come on, that's funny. That's good times.
That was funny. It's good times for sure. It's I'm having a financial flashback to having to pay for that air conditioner. It's giving me
shit.
PTSD. But
I don't remember. Was there actually more to that story, or was it just that you had to greet the guy soaking wet?
No, it was. I mean, it was that I had to greet the guy soaking wet because it was the middle of like July, and it was consistently 100+ degrees for the next 2 months, and there was absolutely no AC. And if I didn't get this thing replaced, then I was just going to be suffering for a lot longer. So when he came to the door, I was terrified that he would leave if I didn't answer. So I just had to rush downstairs and make the executive decision that like I'm not gonna wait an extra 2 or 3 days because this guy left. So that was what happened.
There you go.
Yeah. Still hilarious. And
I knew exactly what that clip was.
I did too. I did too. I was pre-laughing because I knew it was coming. It still hit me really hard. So thank you for sending that in and for cutting that, Matt. That's beautiful. I remember
episode 135. You know how fucking far back you got to scroll to get back to those episodes? I mean,
appreciate it, y'all. Appreciate it.
Yeah. It was
I was thinking of a time when I got caught naked when I lived alone in an apartment. It was just morning. You got up, birds were chirping. It was another beautiful day. I think "Beautiful Day" just played on the radio by U2. I was getting pumped for the day.
Were they on the roof at the Anaheim Convention Center?
No, this is recorded. Maybe it could have been live recording. And then I'm brushing my teeth. I am fully undressed, just completely the way God introduced me into this world. And I'm walking out and I'm just walking around my apartment. I live alone. I'm a bachelor. Got my pad. I'm on the second story, the top floor of this complex here. And I'm just walking around, looking out the window and the clouds and everything. And then I walk over to my dining room area. And I'm just brushing my teeth, standing there, thinking about what I'm going to do the other day. And then I turn around to the other window, and there's this guy horrified. He's cleaning my windows, like the guy, my landlord had, like the guy. And he's just getting there with a squeegee on a ladder, just like, you can't get down. You can't get down fast. Like you're just stuck there. You're on a freaking ladder leaned up against the building. So that was really weird. And we locked eyes. Whatever. What else you gonna do?
So wait, I'm sorry. This is probably not the part of this I should be focusing on. But you brush your teeth, hanging brain in the dining room?
It was a weekend. I was just walking around. I was just walking around, brushing my teeth, trying to get my steps in. Get that Fitbit count up. The pedometer.
Am I a weirdo here? I tend to not stray from the sink when I'm brushing my teeth.
I mean, you got 2 minutes.
You know what, Gary, you're right. The problem isn't that he's doing it naked. It's that he's that far away from the sink.
Well,
there's always the kitchen
sink. One
sink.
problem, Matt.
What did you say? Sorry.
Chris said there's always a kitchen sink, and that's a fair point. That's a fair point. When I lived alone, I was not averse to using whatever sink was available to me.
Yeah, I'm not on a leash. I'm a free range man. I'm walking around there. I'm getting my steps in, and totally just saw guys looking at me naked, and it was a wonderful time.
Was it like a contracted window cleaner, or was this like your landlord who you then had to
contracted? This is like a guy who, I bet he's seen some shit. If you're putting your ladder up and just going up to a window and cleaning it, You're gonna
He's
see.
probably seen a lot of balls.
You're gonna see.
Probably,
It was probably nothing.
less balls than boobs.
Yeah.
But
You
he's
think
seen
some
some
kind of
shit.
heads up would have occurred, though?
You would
Hey,
think.
by the way, residents, we have somebody who's going to be looking directly inside your windows between this time of day. Like,
Well, I doubt that that's what they should say that. I doubt
but
that's how they
maybe,
advertise him.
Maybe part of living there is like the mystery of when is the window guy going to show up and is he going to see my balls today?
Was that part of the lease, Chris?
A lot of it's part of the lease.
I'll have to check what I signed there. I don't remember. I don't remember saying that.
The hanging brain clause.
I think it's possible, man.
Yeah,
and we'll find out if we get any winners this month.
See, it's all a lottery anyway. But yeah. So don't walk around your apartment naked, even if you think you're fully. But I don't know. I don't mind people walking around brushing their teeth. That's fine. Brushing your teeth, just brushing your teeth. I don't really do anymore. I'll go to the bathroom. I'll pee while I'm brushing my teeth, or I'll put everything back in the medicine cabinet. I'm always doing something. Like I don't like just standing there for 2 minutes because it's just, I can do both. I have 2 hands, so yeah, I like to do something.
You multitask, yeah. I'm with you, dude.
If I don't do it every time, but they're most of the times I'll just.
I like to show my. While I brush my teeth, I also like to show the window washer my nuts because I'm getting 2 things done.
Right.
Multitasking.
Yeah. Just if you have time.
Yeah.
Crack one out. Brush your teeth.
Crack one out.
All right. Here, let's do a couple comments before we get out of here. Here we go. All right. This first one, this is from Mike Saliba. He says, final update on the explosion near my house. There's an explosion by his house. It was a CBD wholesaler behind the Burger King.
No!
Ton of vapes, improperly stored tanks of butane, and nitrous oxide. And there's he posted a clip on YouTube of it, but yeah, it looks like a big explosion, like a Michael Bay movie. I don't think I've ever seen a big explosion like that in real life. I mean, thank goodness. I hear like those electric boxes blowing up. It's just like a loud boom. It sounds like a firework, or you mashed a.
I had a huge explosion just like that in my neighborhood, just around the corner from me a couple of years ago. Somebody who had an illegal pot farm in their garage, and it fucking blew up, and I felt the concussion of the blast, and it felt and sounded like a 18-wheeler drove into my house. Like my house shifted. It was fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah.
So,
that's scary.
Dude, it's fucking crazy.
I heard there were a number of explosions in Nashville.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing that we should stop feeling shame for. Let them explode. Leslie Hoffbauer. She says that she just watched the trailer for Sword and Scale and she can't wait to watch the shows.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Why is there a trailer?
Yeah.
The whole app has relaunched, and they're working on a TV series. It's kind of a whole thing. So I can't say too much about it, but they have released an awesome trailer that is just kind of building excitement for this whole project.
Right. Well, also she posted Matt's bio here.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Matt Fondelier, producer, and there's a nice little headshot of you. You turned to the side, which I'm curious about. Like you went for the 3/4 angle.
Yeah, I had to take that picture myself.
That's a selfie.
Yeah.
you live with somebody.
Yeah, it was tough to do.
Okay, you look good though. I like your hair. It looks really nice. Yeah, it's a good picture of you.
Appreciate it.
But yeah, all right. Well, we don't ask questions about it.
Or did you just study there?
I did graduate. You're right. I should have put graduated.
Yeah. I do like that they included your Universal Studios tour guide job.
Yeah, that's right.
There. Yeah.
Well, but this is Matt wrote. You wrote.
Yeah, I wrote this. Yeah,
oh, exactly. You wrote this.
Nobody did research on Matt and wrote him a bio. I mean,
Where's the mention of reading, writing, and ping pong?
Yeah, exactly, dude. That is fucked up, man.
Yeah.
We need reading, writing, and ping
Bio,
pong,
this
bro.
bio is
It's
seriously
a lie.
lacking.
It's a lie.
Dude, you need to take a bio class, bro.
You know what? Like a lot of people use AI to write their bio. I think we should use the algorithm to write your bio. We have a great team of people in the Bobo Boy Army. I'd love to see some Matt bios, and we'll see. Maybe one could surpass what this one is.
By the way, it does say at the bottom of the bio, we were all asked to write down what's our favorite episode that we produced, and I suggested episode 161. So just throw that one out there. I'm not going to get into the story because it'll make
They'll
Sarah
horrify us.
upset. So
Yeah.
I don't need to do it. But
Do people shit their pants in Nashville?
So anyway, when you could talk about it more, Matt, looking forward to it. But
yeah,
very cool, and thank you, Leslie, for writing in with that one. Let's see here. Tony McBanawa says, "My town is on a river that borders us in Canada. There are scuba divers in the area who provide the service of diving to find metal objects lost in the river. I bet those dudes end up with plenty of cash, Kalen."
Yeah.
Well, but see, Kaylin, you got to be close to water all the time.
I
But
will
maybe
say
he's
that
maybe
I would
he's
be
onto
much
something
more.
here, Kaylin.
I would be
because-
much more inclined to go scuba diving for stuff because I have gone scuba diving before and it was one of my favorite things I've ever done. So
Well, also when you scuba dive, no
sounds
one
more
can
promising
shit
than
pants.
I don't know. I was wearing those scuba pants when I did it, so I think it's still possible. But it sounds a lot more promising than magnet fishing for sure.
You
Even though
should
that fucking claw.
and
I
find
did-
stuff. Yeah.
That's very limited though. You have to fucking drag that like boat around with you. Get a lot more freedom with the scuba.
Yeah, you're not leashed. But the I remember, the snuba was fun though. Dawson's actually going on a cruise back to from Miami to Cozumel where we did the snuba diving.
That's right.
Scuba sounds so much more lame than scuba though. Like it just sounds so soft compared to scuba. But still a really good time. And Dawson, you're excited to go on this cruise?
I am excited. Right now, it's just anxiety of getting all this shit done before I have to leave. But I know that I think we get on the boat Friday. I'm gonna be stoked.
All right. Andrea Owen Wilson, who is one big wow. Big fan of the mouth licks. She says pasture-raised eggs are the way to go. And don't fret the color of the shell. They just match the pigment or DNA of the chicken that laid them. White chickens lay white eggs. Brown chickens lay brown eggs.
Wow.
Yeah. And she posted a link about why you're wasting money on cage-free eggs. But yeah, I thought that like if that's true, then why do we sell them separately? Just mix them up. No need to sell them anymore.
Someone posted a great graphic in the comments that like really explained the different color eggs and like what it means between like cage free and pasture and organic. And it was like, I mean, I don't know how accurate it was, but I don't know. I took a screenshot of that. I was like, all right.
Okay.
This makes sense.
It was on the internet, so it was probably.
Oh yeah. Why did you wait for Amy to walk out before you told the story of you pooping your wetsuit?
Because I did not want to tell it to her.
Oh, she doesn't know.
No, she does not know. The only other person that knew of that story was Patrick.
And now there's several thousands of other people who do too.
Yeah, and I
It'll
think
be
that
our
whether or
little
not she
secret
learns
though.
about it
Yeah.
is gonna be
You
up to
guys are
Chris.
cool, right?
Oh man, you better not take any hot drinks from Chris and then leave him sitting around, or he may have to use that against you.
I know.
Wow.
I now have ammo. No, but I'm not here to shame. I'm not here to shame, Kaylin. You're part of the club.
Yeah. Hey. About it.
Does Jenny know the Hattie B story?
Of course. I sent her a
They
picture.
share everything.
The reason Jenny knows it is because I am, to her and my friends, famously a very light packer, to where I bring one pair of everything, like the minimum amount.
Still, or did you learn your lesson after that?
Not one pair of everything, but the minimum amount of pants, underwear, socks, whatever. And Jen's always like, bring extra, and I always tell her, I don't need it. I like to pack. I like to travel light. It's just ridiculous. Then I have to take it out of there, put it back in the drawers. Like, it's just, I don't need that. I don't need that. I just like dumping my bag into the wash machine after I'm done, and don't, not have to worry about whatever. And I got burned that trip. I got burned, but hoisted by my own petard. And I sent her a picture of my pants hanging after I had to wash them in the hotel room, just wet pants. It's like, and yeah, and she still brings it up to me every once in a while. So yeah, she
hoisted on your own poutard.
My own poutard.
Sorry, it took me a minute.
I was waiting.
Yeah. Like, I gotta say it. I gotta wedge it in there.
Or petard.
Ooh, perturbed might be better.
Yeah, that's right.
I like them both.
There's plenty of there are plenty of options, sadly. All right. Casey Peters says, settled debate for me and my wife. She doesn't like the Red Hot Chili Peppers due to the seemingly random lyrics mostly. I, however, love them due to their insanely talented musicianship, and lyrics do make sense if you take a deep dive into the band. We know Dawson is over them, but how say you? And the overwhelming majority says they got a few pretty good songs, but I could take them or leave them.
When I was leaving Santa Barbara this weekend, driving home late at night, Scar Tissue was on the radio. And I was the music director and was almost forced to add that song while I was the MD. And I heard it again, and you know what? It's not a bad song. I like Scar Tissue.
Yeah, they got some jams for sure. They got some weird.
But as far as like on my iPod, when I'm on my iPod, Chili Peppers are mostly skipped.
Okay, yeah, and like. A lot of it is they're overplayed too, but yeah, the musicianship is killer. Anthony Kiedis' voice is not amazing, but it's very iconic and unique to where it's the sound. It's part of the sound. So, and John Frusciante, incredible guitarist. Very, I'm very influenced by.
Hey, you guys,
style.
I got a ghetto bird outside my house right now, and he just turned on his PA.
Okay. Wow.
Oh,
what's
a
a
helicopter is what he's talking
Helicopter.
about.
Get over.
Okay, that's the first time I've heard that term.
Yeah, I
before,
never heard that either.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna mute myself and go see
reading.
what's up. You guys keep talking.
Some
cool,
weed
man.
dealer's house exploded over there.
Yeah.
I know. I'm kind of worried about Dawson. Should he be going outside? It's like, there is a killer on the loose. Please stay inside your house. I'm going to go out there and check. It's making me nervous.
I like it. He's
Shit.
adventurous.
We got some fucking, if you're on the YouTube right now, you can see that ghetto bird flopping around in the sky there.
If this was a movie, this is how we'd find out about the UFO.
Yeah, I'm just thinking this is Cloverfield right now.
Cloverfield. This is very Cloverfield. We're looking out at Dawson's house. Okay.
Oh, he just farted.
Yeah. He's scared. We're all scared.
Do the move.
All righty. And then lastly, Jonna Johnson.
Jonna Johnson?
Yeah, Jonna Johnson. JOHNNA and then Johnson.
Great. I just wasn't sure if it was a glitch.
Not a glitch. Yeah, just
I hope she married into that name, because if her parents named her Jonna Johnson, that's kind of tough.
I knew a guy named Dale Daly. And that was, yeah, he was fine with it. Jonna says, Chris, I hope you never stop your mouth guitar licks. You really put your heart into it, and it always puts a smile on my face. Well, Jonna,
that makes one of you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, and I shall continue them. I shall, because of people and comments like this one. All righty. Well, that was comments, everybody. Thank you for writing in. Oh, no outro. No outro. All right. So now we are going to just turn it around and start doing a Patreon episode right after this. So before we get out of here, I'll go around the horn. We'll get some plugs, and then we'll record the Patreon episode. So I'll start over there with Mr. Matt Fondelier. Where can we go for you?
Well, you can check out those Patreon episodes, patreon.com/scuttlebutt. We got to change that. Hope you guys are ready to do that.
No.
And yeah, I'll just say it again. I've only read the first 2 chapters of it, but The Wager is shaping up to be a pretty great book so far.
Okay. Check out The Wager. And yeah, it'll be a movie. I'll just wait for the movie. And then Kaylin, what's up with you?
There's this new video game out right now that I have become obsessed with watching, and I can't play it, and it's called Helldivers 2. And I really need someone out there to go play it and then tell me about it, because it may determine whether or not I'm gonna go buy a PS5. But it looks like the most fun game in the fucking world, and I need to hear some feedback about how it really is.
Helldivers?
Helldivers 2. Yeah, it's like Starship Troopers meets fucking aliens or something. It looks so much fun.
So
Just buy the PS. Just buy the PS5 already. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think at this point you have more than enough reasons to buy a PS5, even if that game ends up being dog shit. I feel like you.
No.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So.
What are you gonna not play GTA 6?
Good point. That's a very good point.
Yeah.
When does that come out?
Who's gonna run San Andreas with me?
2032.
No, it comes out next year, Matt.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have played Helldivers 2, Kalen, and it's incredible. So go get.
Have you really?
Go get that PS5. I best video game I've ever played. Best video game experience I've ever had. So
did you spoil the plot of it for anybody along the way, or was that just special for me?
I really didn't think video game plots mattered. But I guess
it is very unique. When it came to that game, it's kind of one of the only ones where it did.
Yeah, I didn't realize I've learned, and it wasn't that big of a spoiler. Not even that big.
It was the biggest spoiler. It was arguably the biggest spoiler of the whole story.
And it didn't. I don't think so. It's like an Easter egg, well, not necessarily a spoiler.
An Easter egg. The whole plot turned on that thing.
I don't think so. And then Doss, how about you?
Let's see. I am gonna go fucking introduce prog rock bands on a boat for a week. That's gonna be fun. I turned 50 on Tuesday, and I'm gonna be on a boat at sea. But the coolest thing is that night, one of my jobs is to host a Big Lebowski themed party.
Nice.
I don't think you're really the right fit.
Yeah, what are you gonna dress
with
as?
a couple thousand Lebowski fans. I got my Lebowski sweater. I got my stuff ready.
If you go,
pretty excited.
Please go as Steve Buscemi.
That'd be good. But if you'd like to celebrate my birthday with me, I'll be doing a show at Flappers on March 16th at 7 p.m. It's a Saturday night when I get back into town. Saturday night, Flappers, 7 p.m., March 16th. Please come to the show.
All right. And
I'm gonna fucking lay back on doing stand-up because I got too many other things going on. It's just maybe one of the last times you get to see me locally for a little while. So get there.
Damn. All right. Well, and happy early birthday or pre-birthday. I don't know what to say before. Pre-late.
Happy birthday. It's just fine.
And then Gary, so what you?
All right. Check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/watercooler. We will absolutely not be changing that. So patreon.com/watercooler. And
it'll redirect you, right? To Scuttlebutt.
Patreon.com/watercooler. And go subscribe to Reasonable Doubt on YouTube. We've really been doing gangbusters over there. So help us keep the momentum going. So check that out. Reasonable Doubt, youtube.com/Reasonable Doubt podcast.
All right. And I have a few plugs. One is check out the latest episode of Wriggles Picks. Gary is hilarious in it. And then also I'm playing shows. My band's playing shows everywhere. Tonight in Long Beach, I'm playing at Steelcraft. And then on Friday, I'm playing at The Ordinary at 9:30 to close, and then at Tantalum on Saturday in Long Beach. And then I have more later this month too. But yeah, 4 shows this week. It's been a fun one. And that'll do it. We'll see you at Patreon. We love you. Goodbye. Woo, woo, woo.